Hello YouTube, EasyGoingMC back with another Minecraft video. Today we're on episode 46 of EasyGoing Survival. So guys, as you know in the last episode, we spent a lot of time conditioning spawn to prepare ourselves to build a massive passive mob farm by, well, this is the location right next to the Guardian farm. So yeah, today we're going to be building that farm. It's going to be a big process, big project, because mainly we have to dig a huge hole in order to build this farm. I mean, we could build it above the surface, but it wouldn't be that efficient. So we're going to dig this way down to the bottom of the earth from where we are right now. And yeah, basically everything inside of this thing, in this circle, has to go, believe it or not. So yeah, I'm going to get going on that, guys. That's what we're first going to do. But I want to sort of explain the location, in case you guys don't really understand, I guess, how it works. So passive mobs can spawn basically in every biome except ocean and desert. The only passive mob that can spawn in desert is at rabbit. So if you're surrounded by land, then your rates, and then the mob cap is 10, so that's quite easy to hit. As you can see, you could see them trying to spawn. Like, I'm pretty sure if I went over here, I could see some spawn potentially, because there's nothing in our spawn chunks, and there's no passive mobs at all. Right there. So I'll continue the circle around, maybe we'll see some spawn. Or I'll try to get up here, actually. So yeah, basically the way it works is you go to an ocean where you have an island like this one that's decent in size. You have enough to build a farm. It could be bigger if I wanted it to, probably. But yeah, what we can do here then is now we can easily, we already have a conditioned area. So we just need to remove, once we build the farm, the grass surrounding it. And also that little island over there, we'll have to just put some water on top. So in actuality, it's really quite easy. You don't need to condition anything really. So yeah, now that we've done this, I think you can kind of like see them. Looks like they're spawning. I can't tell though. Maybe they're not loading in. Get these little flashes. I'm not sure. Yeah, but passive mob spawning is actually quite slow. It's not fast, which is why you want to go down to the bottom sub chunks, because mob spawning goes up, and if there's nothing above it though, it will just stop at the bottom level. So it's faster if you go stick at the one spawn chunk or the two sub chunks on the bottom, depending on how many layers you can fit. It'll depend on our farm. We'll see. I'll have to go watch the Zoom Avoids video that kind of explained it in Hermitcraft to figure out exactly. But guys, I'm gonna get started on this very long process of digging. It's not gonna be fun, but it's got to be done. I haven't done a big dig in a while, so you know, I think it'll be pretty nice actually. So I'm gonna get started on this, guys. Maybe I'll do a third. I don't think I'll do a third-person time lapse just because it's hard to set up, and I'll be hopping in and out of this digging session. I won't be doing it straight for like 5 hours. So, yeah, let's get started, guys, and I'll see you all once this hole is dug down to bedrock, which will be hours for me and, well, now for you. Alright, guys, we're back, and as you can see, we're over at the area, and we're not done digging yet. We're down, well, so the hole is completely hollow to 30, but I have begun digging out the Y level 23 layer, as you can see. So we're at right now. So pretty shortly this will basically all be done. But yeah, I just want to bring you back, guys, because I've been sitting here a while now, and yeah, passive mobs are spawning. If we head up over here to our little island, as you can see a few passive mobs that have spawned up here, and this is good. That they're spawning on one of the top sub chunks right now in such quantity. As we can see, there's a decent amount, about 10, probably a little under. And yeah, it's good because that means our passive mob farm is probably going to work really well as well. If all these things are spawning in such intensity, I guess you could say. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to continue digging, guys, and I'll be back once that's complete. Hello, guys. Alright, guys, so we're back. I was about to start a video there. That was a little odd. Okay, I sort of forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, we finished digging the hole, as you can see. We're at bedrock level. It took a lot longer in the end because, unfortunately, this entire thing was a lot of lava and stuff. As you can see, I did obsidian, used sand over here, cobblestone in some spots. But we have finished, and now we're ready to start building the farm. So the first thing I did was just went down and put some sea lanterns on either side. There's not going to be any blocks here for the farm. The layers are going to start either here or here. I haven't decided yet. Kind of depends on a couple things. But yeah, we have... Ooh. Ooh. Nope. There we go. No, we don't... Yeah, I can put regular blocks there, I guess. Boom, boom. Boom. Yeah, we don't want any grass, though, or mobs could spawn there, technically. So yeah, we have finished. So now we're going to start working on the farm. Let me sort of explain the design to you. So first things first, we have 8 blocks on either side for the spawning platforms, and in the middle we have a 3 wide section of magma blocks that will have minecart rails going underneath. So depending on how high the layers are up, some mobs will be killed by fall damage, but others who survive these magma blocks will take care of them quite easily. And then obviously we have this simple rail system that goes there, and then back, and loops back to a common point where there's not too much bedrock, so I can build an item elevator quite easily. So now we have this all done and dusted, which is really awesome. So what we can do now is, start working on the farm. So as you can see, we need to place in this magma first, and then we need to look at the layers. So we're quickly going to place this on camera. So the layers are going to be grass, so it's going to be a grass square or rectangle several times up with 2 blocks in between each. And what we're going to do is we're essentially going to have, what was I going to say? So we'll have water flushing. I haven't decided if we're going to use dispensers or pistons yet. I'm leaning towards pistons just because that's a little cheaper. They're easier to craft and they'll accomplish the same thing even if it's a little harder to do. I was originally going to use dispensers and observers, but I realized it's kind of unnecessary, and also I was like, oh, I only need a stack of each, but I forgot that's for 1 layer. We might have up to 8. So now what we need to do is go in F3 plus G. So the first sub chunk is up to that block right here. So I'm going to take a look. So we could have a layer there. Okay. So then we need 2 blocks. We have another layer there. How many layers could we fit? Boom, boom. Boom. Alright, so we can fit 3 layers. I think if we couldn't fit a 4th no matter what. Okay, so what we need to do then is, okay, so we should move this up. I think that'd be better. So move all these layers up. So we're kind of determining where we're going to build our layers at this point in time. So then 1 there, then 1 there. We're still under the sub chunk. So that's 3 layers. So we can definitely fit a bunch more going up. Because basically, once you go into the second sub chunk, it will operate at half efficiency. But if we have more than double the layers down there, then it's more efficient to keep going up. So I'm quickly going to go grab some blocks, and I'll continue to do that. I have to double check where you want to stop it, if it's at the very top or if it's 1 block below. I kind of forget where you do it relative to this line. So I'm going to build those layers. We're going to be in 2 sub chunks. That means it's going to require more resources, but it's going to produce like a more efficient farm, which is ultimately what we want. I'm not too concerned about resources. We have plenty of those. So yeah, let's quickly on camera just do this then. Okay. Okay, there we go. So we don't have the beacon anymore, so that makes things a little bit slower, unfortunately, but ultimately it's not going to be that bad because we've done most of the digging already, thankfully. So yeah, I believe we can fit. Let's keep on going. Was that our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers? So if this one, it'd be the same as keeping it in 1 sub chunk. So we're already moving into a more efficient area. So there we go. That's a little more efficient. It's like having 3.5 layers. That's 8 layers right there. And we cannot fit a 9th layer. Okay, so 4 layers. That's great. It's the equivalent of having 4 instead of just 3. So I think that's worth the extra resources, even if it means just a little bit more efficiency. About a third more, I guess. I think that's my math's right. So yeah, these are our layers. We're going to build them up now. So I'm going to place a block here. I'm not sure what. Probably sea lanterns for some extra lighting. And then we'll be back once all the layers are built with no redstone. So I'll be back in just 1 moment. If I can see, I can fly up. There we go. Sweet. Alright. Alright guys, so we're back and I've made a bit more progress on the farm. So yeah, if we look, I have to find some stuff. Let's put this stuff away. Trade it out. Oops, nope. Boom. No, why do I keep doing that? Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Don't really need any of this. Okay, so what we've done thus far is... Are we out of sea layers? No. Okay. So what we've done is I've basically set up all the layers. I'm pretty sure that's what I said I was going to do last time. So if we take a... There we go. So yeah, if we take a look, I've put all the layers in, so that's done, basically. That was quite easy to do. Mobs aren't spawning down here. So yeah, the farm should work, assuming our redstone isn't faulty. But what else we've also done is we have dug out the space we're going to need for the redstone out the back. So we're going to need pistons and a bit of an area for the water. So I did forget some other stuff. We'll need some scaffolding blocks, of course. Probably. What we need about probably that many. We'll also need some water buckets. That's pretty key. Actually, probably need a lot more. Thinking about it. Wherever those water buckets are, let's try to find them. There we go. So basically, the way the farm is going to work is we're going to have these pistons here, as you can see, and then we'll have water in place back there. And of course, we'll need blocks here, so we need to place some blocks back in, but that does not really affect us. Thinking about it, actually, probably want some nice blocks, actually. Maybe some stone bricks. I think that would look good. For the redstone portion, I might do a little bit of a different design, but for the redstone, why not some stone bricks? So I actually need to break all this again. But yeah, we basically cleared out this 3-wide gap on either side, just to get that out of the way, because, I mean, we don't need the entire space. As you can tell, we're putting blocks back, and there's some empty space that's going to be present. However, I think that this is the way to go, because, yeah, otherwise, it's going to be a bit of a pain. So yeah, this, and then you'll have this, and then with your water buckets, you'll have water here. This will extend out to 8 once you have all of them in, of course. These pistons will block it off, and every so often they'll open up and let the water flow out. So originally what I was going to do was I was going to have, what do you call it? I think. We were going to have like dispensers and using observers, but that would be much more expensive than just this, because this just requires the pistons and then of course a redstone line at some point or another, which we'll probably put on this block right here, which we'll replace later on. So this is this side done, so now we can go down to the second layer and repeat and repeat and repeat. So what I'm going to do is basically get all the pistons in, the redstone lines in, the water in, basically everything. And then once that happens, the farm will basically be done, except for logic and things like that. So I'm going to end decorations, of course, but I'll probably do that in a later episode at a later date. So yeah, I'm going to basically put in all the pistons and me back so we can put in the logic systems and sort of create a little bit of a transport system as well. So I'll be back in just one moment. Alright guys, we're back and I have finished the basis of the redstone. So the hardest part, the longest part of building this farm is complete. All the layers are in, all the repeating stuff is in. So basically these layers are complete. As you can see, we have the water, the pistons in on all layers. And if we hop back on one of these, I can try to show you how it works. So originally I was going to put the redstone, sorry if you can hear something, I'm adjusting my mic a little bit to make it a little bit better. So originally I was going to put the redstone on top of pistons, but unfortunately it wouldn't work because the layers are so close. So I had to resort to using, I got a music by the way. I had to resort to using repeaters, so it used a lot more resources, but honestly I think it's not that expensive. It was 9 stacks of repeaters. I mean, I had all the resources on hand. I just had to craft them, and then just some redstone and things, and then I had to do these things that repeated a little bit weirder. But all in all, it was just a little harder to build. It wasn't too bad. So I did that on both sides. I added the water in. I used ice because it wasn't forming infinite water sources because it was just flowing forwards. And yeah, all in all, it worked well, extremely well. Also, it's good to know that only a couple blocks on the very edges are turning the dirt with the water there, so that's good because that's if one of these turns, it won't affect the rates that much because we have so many spawning spaces. Um, but yeah, so going forward, what we have to do now is essentially finish the farm. So we have to hook up all the layers. I'm hoping that the minecart goes on this side. Yes, okay, that was just by chance, but I guess luckily. So basically everything's on one side. We just have to connect everything up using slabs and things like that. So I'm gonna. Ooh, I forgot about that. Worked out perfectly actually. So here's this side. Now we just need to go to the other side. It might be hard because of lava, but I can always sort of like. I can always figure it out somehow. Yeah, this side's gonna be harder. This side. Ooh, that's a little better. Okay, can I get back in there? To get into there. However, okay, I think I got it. Sweet. Okay, so yeah, we just need to go up. Oops. This way. Don't get totally destroyed by this lava, which kind of flowed everywhere and ruined some of our rails. There we go. Okay, so we have it organized. It's basically good. I'm thinking we could use observers actually to go up. That might be pretty easy actually. Um, actually no, because we need a solid pulse, and I didn't get the lava. All right, we'll have to figure that out in a sec. Okay, it's good enough for now. Okay, we'll have to fix all these rails, of course, now. But yes, I'm gonna hook up all the redstone. I'm gonna do the logic, and then I'm gonna hop back and sort of explain to you what I've done. Because yeah, it's gonna be a little complicated. It's actually not gonna be complicated at all, but I'm not gonna do redstone on camera, so I'll be back in just one moment. All right, guys, we're back, and I'm happy to announce that the basics of the farm are now complete. So yeah, this farm is completely done. Actually, it's fully functional. I gave it a quick test run, and I got some drops. It's obviously slow. It's not going to be fast. That's just the unfortunate truth. However, it is functional, which is really that's really what matters. To be honest, is that it works. We can AFK here for a day, and we'll get a decent amount of drops. Passive mob farms are not the fastest farms by design, unless you make them huge. This is not that big of a farm relatively. But let me go down and look at the redstone. So I was a noob and accidentally made like the beginnings of these lines on this side over there. So I had to extend the redstone line, but it's basically the same. I just have a redstone line going over there from like the top layer. So what we have here is a hopper clock that currently has 3 stacks of items in it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to remove some of those. I think half a stack for now. We'll see. If the rates are too slow, I'll experiment with that. One thing before we get into that, like my mob farm, for example, I had 2 stacks in there, like a stack and a half of items, and I got like a double chest and a half. I've only AFK'd that twice, so I got a double chest and a half of everything, like, or 2 double chests about of everything one night, and my gunpowder was completely empty. I reduced the amount to like a little less than a stack, like 50, and see if we can see any items come in. I reduced it to like 50, and then I got 3 double chests overnight. So the amount of items in here really does matter. So I'll have to give that a quick test. We'll see how many items come back. If like 4 items come back, I'm not in the ideal AFK spot, quite obviously. So we'll do more testing later. But I guess we'll see in a second. So yeah, a decent amount of items actually did come back. Couple, everything. I think, but not enough. So we'll do some more testing with that later. But so yeah, the way this works is we run off a hopper clock, as I was just explaining. It goes into a monostable circuit, into a pulse extender right here. Then it goes up this torch tower, which will turn basically all the pistons off, and then the water will flow for that amount of time, which is just basically the perfect amount of time for any animal that's all the way over to flow and fall off. Then after that turns back on, we have a nice, simple falling edge monostable circuit right here, which then will power this rail right here. And then the minecart will go on its way and pick up all the drops and deposit them right here. So yeah, it works pretty damn well, if I have to say so myself. We'll have to somehow have to try to slot in an item elevator somewhere over here. It looks like this. Ooh, nope, that would not be the best spot. Okay. Yeah, not over there. I think I can dig up in this spot. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we'll have to be careful, I guess. So yeah, we'll have to figure out a spot, the way to do that. So that's basically all that's left, though, is to build an item elevator up to the top of the surface. And basically that's good. Yeah, I need to get some dang health. Actually, there's actually a decent amount of animals already spawned in there on the top layer. If we look at that, I was just looking. I think that's the only one that really they can sell. Oh, there's a ton, yeah. Alright, maybe, oh, one of them just fell off. So I'll have to remove the beacon, obviously. That's going to slow it down a little bit. Basically, in all those spots, mob spawning is going to be slightly reduced. But we need food right now. We still need to dig some. So we're going to hold off on that for now. But what we're going to do is we're basically just going to build an item elevator. And yeah, it should work out pretty well. The only concern I do have with this design is I know the water mechanics in 1.13 are changing, so it'll flow through some blocks. And I just have to hope that does not include piston heads, otherwise we'll have to redo most of the redstone for this farm, unfortunately. But that's not, 1.13 won't be released for months, so I'm holding out for a while. But yes, that works. This all works out pretty well. I'm going to basically finish this farm, build a little bit of a temporary storage system, and I'll be back in just one moment. Well, guys, the farm is complete. I'm very happy with it. We've put in the chest. I actually recorded this clip already, but it was 6 minutes long, and I was rambling about 1.13 and stuff, which will be an awesome update. I'll have to talk about that some other time, maybe right now. But yeah, we finished the farm. Oh, you know what? It's just like a lag spike. I think it's just a lag spike. Hopefully. Hopefully it's just a lag spike. Okay, as the weirdo, I think this farm's really laggy. When I'm down there, I get like lag spikes every time it activates and deactivates, basically. But yeah, basically we finished the farm. We entered in a little item elevator over here. We managed to slot in. It's lossless. We tested it. It might not be exactly lossless, but it's enough. I put in a stack of items, got all stacked. So yeah, it's actually producing a decent amount of items so far. I just want to get all the meats, because that's the main reason why we've built this farm. I mean, if you look, we've almost, I mean, that's not bad for like running it for like 20 minutes maybe, and also not running it at full efficiency. But this is here to stay. I mean, not here. I'm not here to stay. We're gonna decorate this. This entire area is gonna be decorated. We can see that some animals have spawned down there, which is really cool. Before we end this episode, guys, I'm actually gonna AFK. Before we do that, I just want to talk about 1.13 and why I made this design choice right here. So 1.13, the collision box of hoppers is changing. So if you have like a hopper, I can kind of demonstrate this. I mean, it won't be... So if you have a hopper and you're like this, you can't reach through into the chest. But in 1.13 you can, because hoppers aren't full blocks anymore. So unfortunately what this means is we're not going to be able to have item elevators that have hoppers at the top. We're going to have to use water, unfortunately. This won't really matter. It's easy to do. I'm pretty sure items are going to float in 1.14, so that'll make for easy item elevators anyways. The only issue I'll see this coming is in the nether. We'll have to think of something else we can do in terms of that. We can probably use pistons, to be honest, and like just interesting systems where it just activates every so often. So yeah, it'll be a little harder to use in the nether, but unfortunately, it's for the better. Honestly, I think that'll be better in the long term, anyways. But yeah, 1.13 is really awesome, guys. I'm really excited for that update. I talked about 1.14 in the last update, in the last video. But 1.13 the past couple days is really shaping up to be one of the best updates ever. So first off, they fixed the block ID issue. Before there was a kind of a limit of how many blocks they could add. But they've lifted that limit already. They're using it. They've added variations for all the different wood planks for trapdoors, buttons, pressure plates. I'm sure you guys already know this, but I'm giving you my opinion. And also, if you have texture packs, like some of them have like the log texture on all four sides, They've actually added a separate block for this, where you make like 4 and then 3. Oh, some items are popping up. Awesome. So yeah, basically they've added that for survival. They've added a few creative mode blocks, which I hope get added for survival as well. You can look up a video by Azumavoid, Ilmango, Cubfan. They're all fantastic ones. For 17WA, it's AMB. I forget what it's called. But yeah, it's really fantastic thus far. This is really gonna optimize games and things like that, and it's really gonna make the way. I think they're already adding variants like that. They've also reintroduced the mushroom stem as well. I think if they're adding variants already like that, I'm 90% sure this means we can see a lot more slabs and stairs in the near future. Obviously, there's not going to be like a sand slab or a dirt slab, but things like concrete we might get slabs for, and stairs, and like prismarine slabs and stairs would be a big one. Yeah, I'm really excited for it, guys. I can't express how excited I am, to be honest. But yeah, that's 1.13. That's where I want to explain the decisions. Also, in 1.14, this farm might break because water physics are changing, so it might flow through the pistons like that. Hopefully it won't, but that's not for months. We can always fix it. We're going to have to fix a lot of things in 1.13 and 1.14, unfortunately. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. Now we're going to hop into an AFK session and just sort of see what we get into them in the morning. We've already acquired tons of drops, to be honest. I can't wait to see what we get overnight, because I think I might want to watch a movie or something like that. Yeah, I'm a big Marvel fan. I'm buying all the movies right now. So I'll probably watch the first Avengers or the first Captain America, because there's the only sets I own thus far. Yeah, I'm holding out for a little while, because I don't need them all until Infinity War releases, you know. But I'm going to stop getting off topic of Minecraft. I said this clip would be shorter, but at least it's more concise, and I'm talking a little bit more, and the details are more interesting. So yeah, guys, I'll leave you to it, and I'll see you guys in, well, a second for you and 12 hours for me. And let's really hope that this farm produces the amount we want. And this will also have to do with the testing we're going to do. I'm going to record how long I'm AFK for, because I want to see what type of amount of items is the fastest for this farm. Because my mob farm, changing that made a huge difference on the rates, and I want to, well, change the rates for this if possible. So yeah, I'm going to go AFK, guys, and I'll see you all, well, in the morning for me. I'll catch you guys all in just one moment. Where should I AFK? I think right here is fine, right? Yeah, right here's good. Alright, guys. 1 second. Alright, guys, about 12 hours later, and I'm very happy with the results. We got more food overnight than I'm going to need. Basically, it's enough to fill up probably 2 shulker boxes, maybe a little under, of cooked meats. And I got a decent amount of wool and other drops as well, so I'm really happy with this farm. We're not done testing it yet, though. That lag, or what's going on? Yeah, this farm's quite the lagathon. I just realized my music, that's not on. Yeah, so let's go over the drops, and then I'll go over the items per hour on this amount of blocks, and then we'll try to figure out, probably increase it by, or decrease it by half a stack, and see if that increases the amount of drops overnight by a significant amount. So yeah, let's look. Alright, so let's start with chicken. So for chicken, or for raw beef, I got 765. We got 1,054 of this. Got like 112 of this stuff. And then for raw chicken, we got, or no, 553. Sorry, I'm a little disorganized. And then we got some more drops up here. For white wool, we got 534. Got 541 feathers. For leather, we got 617 and then 986 of this, which totals up to 5,162 items, which really isn't that fast. I'm pretty sure my mob farm gets more items per an hour than this farm got overnight. However, it is a passive mob farm, so the mob cap's a lot lower. I think it's 10, so it's just they're spawning much more infrequently. So yeah, I think this farm is pretty successful. We AFK'd for a little over 12 hours, so that totaled up to 422 and like a half items per an hour. I think that's pretty decent. I want to do some more testing though. We're going to have to test it at less and more and kind of figure out which way it's going to increase our items. I assume there's a better way to organize it. So yeah, guys, I'm going to continue testing this in the next few weeks. But yeah, I'm really excited with this farm. We got a ton. I'm actually going to probably take some of this stuff. all this beef and all these pork chops as much as I can at least, and take this back with me because honestly, I need the food. So yeah, this is great now, guys. We have a sustainable food source that we don't have to craft. We get leather and some bits of wool. I'm really happy with the farm. I thought I was gonna get more wool than that, but it makes sense because a sheep's only gonna drop one, and you're only getting like a couple hundred animals per hour. So that's a little unfortunate, but I think we might have to build a wool farm, like with shears and stuff. This probably won't be enough for anything. I mean, 9 stacks overnight's not that much. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy how this farm turned out. One thing I want to point out, guys, is many people don't know this, but pink sheep actually spawn naturally. But it's a very rare chance. We actually got one pink sheep. I know this because sheep are guaranteed to drop their wool, and we got one piece of pink wool. So that's pretty cool. We got a pink sheep spawning in there. I'm really happy with this farm. Turned out great. I'm glad to be making progress again. Next episode, we'll do some more technical work, but it'll be more everywhere on our world. We have to fix up. There's a bunch of things we have to fix, basically. It's going to be like a housekeeping episode, essentially, but yeah. We need one of those, especially considering we blew up our entrance to our base in the last episode. Alright. Alright, guys, sorry for rambling on again, but I'll see you all later, and have an easygoing day, and yeah, catch you later. The only farm I know that's going to break for sure is this farm. This farm is going to break in 1.14, unfortunately. And yeah, this is something we have to fix as well. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. And I won't do that because it doesn't look good. Oh, there we go. We got to pick up some drops. I've counted it. We can just let this go. Okay, I know I'm supposed to be ending it, but just roll this real quick, real quick. Alright, guys, have an easygoing day. Bye-bye.